Welcome back to our coverage of the United Nations Climate Talks. I'm delighted to say that I've been joined by Ha Zeng, Friends of Nature, and she's going to give us a little insight into some of the kind of community level projects that are taking place here. What kind of things have your organisation been doing? I know that you mentioned you've been working with households in Beijing in order to help them measure their energy consumption.
So the project is called Low Carbon Household, and when we work together with people, with households at community level, we met a challenge, for general publics, they have problem to understand low carbon, what it is. And also in China, for each household, we got a data from Environmental Ministry, nearly 75% carbon dioxide emission come from power consumption. So that's why we would like to have this focus on power management indoor for each household. So here we use this kind of tool, power meter, to check out the power consumption situation at each household, and they could, at first step, they could have this kind of diagnosis about their own power consumption, and then they could try to discuss some promising ways or approaches in the future to take to reduce the whole power consumption and then to reduce the carbon dioxide emission.
Now, I know the project is still in its early stages, but have you got data on how much power some households are using?
Yeah, as I have said, in Beijing we have different types communities. We have newly established communities, quite like here. You have seen like a very kind of bright communities with high technology, but also we have old aging communities. That means the housing are not very well organized, and the people there, they have lower capacity to pay. So our project just started from those group of people. So we have done like interviews through 166 households in traditional aging communities, and from now on we have got the data like at average level each household may consume like more than 200 kilowatt hour electricity. That might be a bit more than the average level, because at that community they have no access to natural gas like pipes, so they have to rely on many kinds of appliances for their daily life. So that might be the reason.
So just to finish then, I want to ask you about the enthusiasm for this. Is it the case that people living in Beijing and in China are very they're keen to cut their emissions? Is it a big concern for people here?
It's a very interesting question, because first time for us to go into that kind of aging communities, the people there, they just told us directly, you may not come here to teach us how to cut the emission, because we are living in a low carbon life. So maybe they suggest we should go to those newly established communities like here to teach those middle class people to cut their own emissions. But also for us, I think this project is kind of platform for different kinds of people to exchange their different attitude and different experience through their daily life. But generally, I think those people, I'm talking about those aging communities, old communities, the people there, they have quite high concern to live that kind of low carbon life, not just because they have lower capacity to pay, it's also because they have that kind of values, like they would like to have traditional lifestyle to be economical.
And that's something you noticed, that the different parts of the society in China have different levels of emissions and different.
Yeah, but I think from my side personally, I think so-called middle-class people, they may have higher capacity to pay, but they have kind of concern, to possess a lot of products because they have the money. They would like to buy a lot of stuff, but they may not care so much about the quality of life. But now they start to care so much about that, and also our project will work with those people as well.
Well, it's been really interesting to get a small insight into some of the community level projects that are happening here. So thanks very much for joining us, Haha, and thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thanks. I'll head back to the UK.